Hey, what's up? Xavier Toscano here, and I am in a small little theater today. I don't know if you guys can see it, but backstage, and I thought I'd go live and just share my thoughts on this whole Lizzo thing, because it's got me sort of, I wouldn't say worried per se, but definitely thinking a lot, because I'm a performer who hires dancers all the time. And I also wanted to share a bit of my experiences as someone who hires dancers and works with dancers constantly. And man, I don't even know where to start. First of all, let me just say this. I admire and love Lizzo. I love her work. I think she's outstanding. I think she's amazing. And I really hope that the allegations aren't true, and that the girls are safe, the dancers are safe and they're okay. I've been told that as somebody who hires dancers that I sort of take on a dad role, and that I wouldn't say that I hover, but I'm definitely worried about where my dancers are, what they're doing, how they're feeling, and I like to take care of them. And I will tell you guys this, 100% of the time when I work with dancers, I never ask for them to do it for promotion. Never have done it, never will do it. Not promotion, but what do they call that? Exposure. Yeah, never done it. Nope. I always pay my dancers. Always. I used to do backup dancing myself, and it never sat right with me when I did it for exposure, because it's like, what exposure? My name's not on the bill. Nobody knows who I am after the show's over. The show's over for me. So I don't really believe that there's such a thing as exposure for dancers. Anyway, that said, I can only share some of the, I guess I want to share a few experiences that I've had that didn't really go well with dancers that I've worked with. There was a young lady that I used to work with who was, let's just say she was a little handsy, and she was touching me inappropriately. I'll leave it at that. I don't want to name any names. It doesn't matter. It's none of anybody's business. Just know that I've never worked with this dancer again. I will never work with this dancer again, though I'm incredibly grateful for all her contributions to my work. And I think she's incredibly talented, very beautiful person inside and out, but maybe got carried away a little bit. So there's that. I never really talked about that or whatever, because, well, it's none of anybody's business. And I'm not one of these guys who's into cancel culture, because nobody's perfect. We're all gonna make mistakes. We're all gonna fuck up. And there was another instance with a male dancer who was constantly asking to do things with me, and I'm just like, Jesus Christ, I'm working right now. And anybody that knows me knows that when I'm working, I stay as focused as I can. And sometimes I get overly excited, but I stay as focused as I can. And that's not one thing that I think about. And I'm not there to be doing any of that nonsense or any of that silliness. Who's here? Let's see. Hey, Confucius, what's going on? Nice to see you on here. So for me, I guess it's been sort of the reverse. I have had not very pleasant experiences with at least those two dancers, but the rest of them, they've been amazing. They've been great. But, that's not to say that I have not been perfect. At one time, I will confess this. Again, if you guys want to cancel me, go ahead, but I've already outed myself. I did actually have a huge crush on one dancer, and I was pretty persistent about going on a date with this guy, but it never panned out. It never happened. But that's a lesson I learned. And you know what? Now on, just don't do that. It's not cool. So, but I was never handsy with him. So there's that. Anyway. So, but I am feeling troubled for Lizzo. And there's another thing that I also think that in today's culture should be addressed. And that's these people who label themselves or brand themselves as nice or be kind, or people who label themselves as loving and light, and and it's I have a problem with that, and I've had a problem with that for several years, and here's why. Here's my personal opinion. When it comes to that sort of over-the-top positivity. You are a human being surrounded by other human beings who are all flawed. So you're a flawed human being surrounded by flawed human beings. So once in a while, you're going to shit on each other. And if you are branding yourself as this kindness, cool, always overly positive person. I mean, look at what happened to Ellen DeGeneres, right? Be kind to each other. Meanwhile, in her own living room, she wasn't really being kind, or her people weren't being kind. So it's like, don't do that. Don't paint yourself into a corner like that. Don't brand yourself as somebody who's like kind or always positive and stuff like that. I will tell you right here, right now, I fuck up a lot. A lot. Sometimes I'm not very nice because maybe I'm just hungry. Maybe I'm just tired. Or maybe I'm just not in the mood, you know, and I'm very upfront. I can be very blunt. So to me, I think that's dangerous. I think it's very dangerous to do that. I will never use like, be kind to one another, be sweet to one another. It's impossible. You're not always going to be that way. And you're setting yourself up to fail because you're putting out this standard about yourself. And again, you're a flawed human being surrounded by flawed human beings, and you're going to shit on each other once in a while. It happens. And even though I used to subscribe to this whole cancel culture thing, I don't do that anymore because I think that people should also be allowed grace. I mean, don't go out and do some incredibly nasty and horrible. That's not what I'm saying. Like, but certain things you should be graceful towards one another. Again, we're all flawed human beings, and things happen. And now back to the whole Lizzo thing. God, I guess I'm just waiting to see what happens. There's got to be a way for the experts to get down to the bottom of it and to see what's going on. But it does make me think a lot about the way I'm going to be interacting with dancers from now on, and how I'm going to be dealing with them, etc. And I think, for example, like the example that I used with the female dancer that I used to work with who was getting handsy with me. I don't know that she was trying to be hurtful towards me or abusive. Maybe that's just her way of being playful, misguided. I didn't like it. But after that, I started to put, I made up these dancer contracts. And in those dancer contracts, I put a clause where I was very firm about not tolerating that type of behavior. Not just from dancers, but, with the dancers, but not just from them with me, but with each other. Because to me, that was important. So I learned a valuable lesson, and I'm actually glad that I saw that happening and that it was something that I could actually be proactive about from then on. So lesson learned there. But you know, I guess that's really what I wanted to say. And the other thing is just that it really sucks when you might think that your heroes have fallen. I really hope to God that Lizzo is not who they're painting her out to be, but we'll just have to wait and see. I asked this question on Facebook recently, and a lot of people responded, so I just wanted to do a quick live about my thoughts on it and my experiences with working with dancers. I will say this, the great majority of the dancers that I have worked with have been excellent, just beautiful people, amazing, and they have huge personalities. You may not think so because they use their bodies a lot to express themselves, but oh my God, dancers, they bounce off off the stage, or their presence is so big when you're around them. It's incredible. I guess I don't really have much else to say other than that. I am recording a video. Speaking of dancers, I am recording a video on the 18th and the 19th for one of my songs called The City Said. This song is about a past lover of mine who died of an overdose this year. Anyway, I just want to memorialize my experience and with a song and a video. Let's see who's on here. Samuel, how you doing, my friend? Samuel Spencer. Deanna Chase. Hey, Deanna. Did I say that right? It's because it was with an E, so I think it's Deanna, but it might be Diana. So forgive me if I get that wrong. Mark Eustace, how are you? Confucius says, oh, well, thank you. Gregory, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. So I don't really have much else to say. Leave your comments, anything you want to add on here. I did make some notes here. Also, yeah, guys, I've been getting a ton of streams. I just checked my numbers recently. I've been getting a ton of streams on the preview of my album on iTunes. It's only previewed on iTunes. I posted the link in the description. So if you guys don't mind, take a listen. Unfortunately, it's a little deceptive because you're not going to listen to any of the songs. You're only going to listen to some of the interludes. These are like little vignettes, little funky little things that I created in between some of the songs. What I didn't know at the time was that I was actually doing them for songs that I thought were more personal. And I was listening to it. I was like, oh my God, I only created these little vignettes for songs that are a lot more personal to me in some way or another. Anyway, that's that. I'm going to sign out. The world can be a very, very crazy place, can be a nasty place sometimes, but it can also be really, 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 really beautiful. There's a lot of joy in the world. There are a lot of good people in the world. And if you can't find one, be one, as they say. I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys to be like perfect or kind to one another again after this whole rant that I just went on. But I will say this: love yourself so you can love others. Find ways to nurture yourself so that when you come alive for others or whatever, friends, family, etc., you come with that inner love to give. I've never been a fan of people who say, well, that's just the way I am, or that's just the way I was raised. And it's like, evolve, make yourself a better person so that when you come around other people, you are better for them, to them. And by the way, I'm getting preachy again, and I don't want to do that. Much love to all. Stay as positive as you can. Love yourselves deeply, fully, unconditionally, and bring that to the table for the rest of those that love you. And I can't wait till this album's out and I start hitting the road, and I can't wait to see you guys in person. Say hello. I'm friendly as fuck. I love saying hi. I always am very excited when I perform, so I'm like really happy and go lucky. And I would love to share chats and hugs and smiles and whatever else. So, and also for you guys that are going to receive the CDs, I apologize. I can't print more than 100. It's just not in my budget. But I am going to send those to people who have like been really cool and around for like the longest time. I've been doing this for a while now, and there have been some people who have really stood out and have been there for a really long time. And I want to show my appreciation and love to them, and also to some of my collaborators. You guys, I'm getting long-winded. I don't like doing these over 10 minutes, and I may have already gone past that. Much love. Take care of yourselves. And hey, I'll see you on the road, okay? Bye.